Hey man, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Alright, so now we
Alright.
just saw the Nautilus ban. Now we're waiting for the second ban from Orb, Shen.
Definitely saw the Alistar Nautilus bans coming as High is aggressive with Alistar Nautilus. He's just been banned out like every game with Alistar Nautilus.
It's weird though because they had Nautilus keep it for themselves again, like they did last game.
Nothing new. It's just a scrim, so you always see new things. And definitely don't want to give it to High if they're not going to take it, because High will definitely take Nautilus.
Yeah.
Keep.
They're gonna ban out the Karthus. I guess Jinto is fairly annoying with that last game. Didn't really see Navi have a really big problem with him mid lane.
Well, I know that if Orb doesn't, they like Karthus on their team, but they hate going up against him just because of that wall. That wall is very good at counter-initiating, and it's just so annoying to deal with.
Yeah, again with the Janna ban, because Janna was just shutting down a lot of the initiation that Mono was trying to do last game.
And it definitely seems to be like a big thing. Is that counter initiation, and then it also gives initiation as well with Janna just because of that extra movement speed. So I mean, as well as Karthus. Karthus is also good at initiating with that kind of wall, catching somebody out of position, and then just being super annoying. But Match Me locking in, grabbing Nocturne. I like Nocturne as a pick. I think Nocturne's a great jungler.
Exactly, and taking that away from High, like those ults last game were just devastating throughout the whole game.
Oh yeah, Nocturne he's got great like pre-6 ganks, and then once he hits 6, it's just like god dang it.
You can't ward him. You can't ward him,
and then he ults, and his ult even like affects every single lane, cause he ults and every other lane's like like they back off for a second, and then they go back in. But we're seeing Tarek Graves, and I feel like any support works with Graves.
Yeah, right now Graves seems to be again one of the top AD regaining his spot as King AD.
And anybody with any kind of CC with Graves is just allowing him to get in there, harass like for free, and then walk out.
Exactly.
It's so good.
That armor shred that Tarek also brings also helps with his buckshot get off a lot of more damage.
And I like what mMe has picked here, Corki, because Corki is pretty good at dealing with Tarek stuns because it is a slow projectile and doesn't allow you to can Valkyrie away and stay out of harm's way. So I like the Corki pick in response to that.
I do too, and the Soraka pick is going to be allow them to stay in lane longer with the harass that the Graves is going to try to put down onto them.
It does, but I mean, we'll have to see what the jungler picks. I think they should. I honestly would like to have seen them wait because High is known for his kind of aggressive jungling styles, and picking a Soraka, she doesn't really have any way to stop an aggressive jungler. So I mean, I probably would have liked them to see maybe pick like somebody with way to kind of stop their aggressive jungling. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, like I was saying, oh, is that going to be a jungler Wukong?
It couldn't be. Wukong does have great ganks level 6, and he can kind of sneak in there with his stealth. I mean, it's not widely popular, but I mean,
it doesn't have because it doesn't have a lot of AOE to clear. But those ganks are devastating. He just sneaks in, pounds you on the head. That's a lot of damage.
A lot of armor reduction too, especially if he ganks bottom. I mean, he gets the armor reduction from his Q as well as Tarek's Shatter. Be a lot of armor reduction, allow Graves to do actually quite a bit of damage.
Is Navi Pooh Bear? They have a strong cannon, right? If I remember correctly.
I don't think Navi plays cannon. I think that's for top, and but that's the beauty of picking like cannon is like you never know where the team's gonna send them. So we'll have to see what Yuzuki decides to pick. They're probably thinking right now, do we want to send him mid or do we want to send him top? Because Irelia is a pretty tough champion to deal with if you don't know how to play it right.
Yeah, and I know that Igot is a really good Irelia, and it looks like the Rise pick is pretty solid. Annie.
Annie, it's a personal preference. I really don't like Annie as a champion. Yes, she has like 100% zero burst against like a lot of champions, but I prefer not her.
Her spell range is fairly small. Like she's gonna try to get in range, and then Li's just gonna like chain her up and just boom, 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 boom.
But no, it looks like they're going to give Nubby Kennen and give Jizuki his Darius. And
He's been
Jizuki's been
playing
good.
that a lot.
He is playing a lot of Darius. He is known for his Darius. I know in MLG that his Darius was so good that CLG EU was actually banning him out because they didn't want him to deal with the Darius up
Yeah.
top.
I think he's like the only pro player who's really picked him up and actually taken him to the competitive scene.
Yes, he's definitely a good. He's definitely got a good laning phase. I do think his weakness is once he kind of gets to that team fight phase because he's easily just kind of knocked out of the fight, and then he's easily kiteable if he's not really
Yeah,
quickly
but
in the fight.
if he
But
comes in at near the end and his teams did a good job, because I mean you have Wukong ult on top of Kennen ult. That's a lot of AoE damage.
it is, and it will allow him to get in there,
Yeah,
especially and with Wukong initiation or Cannon initiation, it will allow him to get in there and dish out a lot of damage.
he's just gonna be able to ult, and just maybe get a pentakill.
It's just the thing I don't like about Darius, like I think it's annoying, is the fact that he does every single type of damage. Because he does physical damage with his abilities, he does magic damage with his bleed, and then he does true damage with his ultimate. And it's
Exactly.
it's so hard to deal with. It's just so annoying in the laning phase. He's so good at trading, and it's actually a pretty good pick against Irelia. Because I mean, Irelia has to get in there on last hit, and if Darius can shut that down early, Irelia will be useless in the mid game, which is where she is really strong.
Yeah, we'll probably see Irelia picking up maybe one or two GP10 items if Darius is able to accomplish that. So we'll see what happens. I actually haven't seen. We're gonna. This is interesting because bot lane is gonna be again like a lot of aggression coming out from Orb, especially with the Wukong pick now. We're gonna see him just kind of sneak in there on top of Soraka. I think they're probably gonna go Soraka over Corki because Corki can just Valkyrie away like pretty easily.
Oh yeah, Corki's great at getting away. He's also great at getting in there. But I mean, with that Soraka lane, a lot of people just like to farm with it. But we'll have to see what he's doing. He's got some nice long-range poke. It's kind of like against Graves, who likes to try and get in there. But Corki can really deal with it. So yeah, I agree there. That well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out if Tarek can push that aggressiveness that he has with that stun along with Graves.
Yeah, both ADs taking ignite. No more heal meta. Darn.
But let's see. I think middle would probably just end up being kind of a farm lane unless a jungler ganks for them. I mean, Kennen's so hard to gank, just like
Exactly.
normally. And then Ryze, he's just gonna farm pretty much. I mean, there's nothing really Kennen's gonna be able to do to Ryze unless he can get in front of the creeps and be able to like zone him out. But I mean, still against Ryze, it's still pretty hard to trade with him. He does do a lot of damage with that overload.
Yeah, after a while, Ryze is gonna become fairly tanky, and they're gonna have to watch out for that. Because I think like one of the first items you build is either Glacial Shroud or what's the other one? Banshee's Veil. So
I mean, yeah, he does after he gets that tier, or sometimes even Catalyst. Now Catalyst is pretty popular now. Build on him because you can build Rod of Ages, and that's been a pretty good item on him from what I've seen so far, just because of that debuff that he got. But he does get very tanky. He's definitely very annoying to deal with once he gets tanky because he does so much damage. But I don't know, the initiative that AoE like just CC from Orbit right now is just they've got so much. And if we look at the other side of mMe, they just they've really only got like one or two stuns, like guaranteed stuns, reliable, and it's really I don't know.
more like just one.
More like just one. I guess Nocturne Sphere is the only super reliable one. With Irelia, it's either a stun or a slow. Or Ryze is a snare. So I mean,
yeah, Ryze has a snare, but you can still do stuff out of that.
So I mean, with the CC, I mean, it's gonna be tough for Corki or Irelia to get away because Wukong can really get in there.
Yeah. I think that what we're gonna want to see, like what Orb is gonna want to do, is try to get Mono in the jungle and fight them in there because they won't really be able to do anything. Because go ahead.
What?
They're gonna try to want to fight in the jungle because once they get the two ults from Wukong and Kennen, and then Darius can just spin and the range for that is like perfect for the jungle. Like it's like the same amount.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Nocturne's gonna have to be careful, for sure. But Nocturne is very fast in the jungle. I have not really seen Wukong too much, so I have no idea how fast he is really. Just because I don't see it too much, so I can't like accurately say like if if he's going to be able to clear it quick enough, as quick as Nocturne. I mean, Nocturne I know can clear it, get a nice level 4 gank off if he gets enough help at his blue, which I'm sure he will. But Nocturne's got a nice level 4 gank. Wukong does not really have the great gank until level 6, so that's something that's I know that's a good big weakness of Wukong.
Yeah. So you see both teams getting out with boots, pots, except Irelia and Darius with the cloth 5. It's it's like they're marrying each other.
Definitely gonna want those cloth 5, right? I mean, either way, I mean it's hard to trade with Irelia once she hits level 3, and it's hard to trade with Darius just straight up. So I mean, it is a good choice just to get the extra health pots, especially since it's most likely going to be a big trading lane. So I agree with both players for really picking cloth 5 pots, since it's going to be a big harassment lane. And I think whichever jungler can get the successful gank off is probably going to be the one who helps top lane win.
Yeah, exactly. We see a little rude monkey action going on mid against Rise. It's everyone kind of just congregating on the bot middle jungle right here.
I seem to be behind you.
Really? I'm at 125 right now.
I just sped up to like the furthest I could go, which is 132, 33.
Yeah, that's what.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, we're exactly the same spot now.
Right. Guess my computer's too slow, but it looks like Nocturne's going to start race, and Tarek and Graves are going to catch him here.
What are they? They're just kind of walking beside each other. Nothing is really. They're just going to delay it a little bit. Maybe try to steal a race or two.
Maybe. Let's see if he can get a buckshot over the wall. He does steal it.
Oh, he does take it. Wow, that's going to hurt Nocturne. He's not going to be able to get that level 2 as fast as he might want.
Yeah, that definitely is going to slow Nocturne down a lot. He is even starting red. He definitely wants that extra experience. But it looks like everyone else is just going to help their junglers out, and top laners are just going to start farming as best they can. And you're even seeing Darius just starting to zone her out a little bit, forcing Irelia to just like stay in the bushes a little bit before she can go out and farm.
I do see that. I don't know how blue dependent the monkey is in jungle, but does he spam that much? Do you know?
He definitely needs to. He definitely needs to spam his Nimbus and his Q in order to clear fast enough. His Nimbus gives him good attack speed, so he definitely wants to keep on spamming that in order to go to clear faster.
It looks like he's just gonna skip race and go straight for his red. He's able to clear that fairly fast with constant Nimbus strikes, like just taking out that whole camp.
And that was only useful because, I mean, he was only able to do that because they gave him a really good leash. He didn't have to smite blue. But if you look up top, Darius is really like starting to try and whittle down, Irelia as best he can, because Wukong is coming up for a gank. He's got the double buff, and if he can get in there, he can do some real damage.
We also see Nocturne here, but Nocturne is almost at half health, and we're going to see an engagement. And Nocturne's going to get turned on too. But I don't think they're going to catch... Oh, Monkey is going to be able to slow and force a flash out of Nocturne.
And that's going to be even more wasted time for Nocturne. Nocturne's already lost his Wraiths. I mean, he's very low. I do not know if he doesn't have any more health pots. He is going to be forced to go back. And Hai is just going to sit up top and just try and camp this. I mean, look at all those minions that are low. Irelia is not going to be able to safely go for those, and so she's going to have to let some of that CS go, which she doesn't really want to do that early. Oh, she's going to hook him in, and Wukong's going to go in. Look at all the damage going out, the bleed effect, and Darius is going to be able to pick up first blood. That's
going to be really good for Darius. He's going to be able to snowball pretty easy off of it. I mean, Darius is a snowballing champion, and I think let's see what he's going to pick up off of that. Like, he hasn't even spent any of his pots yet in lane.
That's right, and he's been just keeping Irelia zoned out. If you look at the CS, it's been 15-7, and that's very early. That's just not something you want to do. Irelia needs a certain amount of farm. She's been considered like one of those champions who desperately needs farm early in order to snowball or keep up her ability in the game. And as someone who plays Irelia, I can attest to this, because if I don't farm well early as Irelia, I fall very far behind very early, and it's very bad for Irelia's.
Darius able to pick up that really early Dorn's Blade. That's going to help him with his harass a lot. And that ward.
But Lexvink is actually sitting in the top brush. He's waiting for Darius to come in. Since Darius is actually coming from the back, they do have minion advantage as well. And here comes Nocturne coming out. There's the stun onto Yuzuki. The fear is on him. He does not have flash. And then there's the ignite coming out there, and Yuzuki's is going to go down. And Lexvink is going to be able to pick up that kill.
That was a really good thing, because you know that Darius was going to walk back into lane, and just be like, I just got a kill. He's not going to expect Nocturne to just be camping there after that whole time. But that was a really good play.
And then he's going to miss all that whole wave of experience, so this will help Aurelia quite a bit. And get some good damage onto that tower as well. She's going to go back and bind her a nice set of items. Meanwhile, Bot is going back as well. They've been putting on the pressure as Graves has 38 CS and Corki only has 25. So, I mean, Graves is ahead in that lane, and Graves is even picking up 2 Doran's blades, and he's going to do quite a bit of damage to Corki now.
Yeah, we see that even with the sustain from Soraka, mashMe is at roughly 50% health after all of that heal. So you know that they're getting threatened by this Graves, the Mafia Graves.
Definitely has been a big deal as Graves can just easily get in there. Buckshot does so much damage if you hit more than one of them, and Tarek's just stunning him on top of that. But it looks like they're going to go back as well, and let's see if Graves and Tarek take note of this, and maybe they will push their lane and maybe make Corki lose some experience.
Yeah, I would push the lane, and like, I don't know why, I'm surprised Corki went back. There's a big minion in lane, and as an AD carry, you never go back when there's a big minion. That's just too much.
Fortunately, the wave is big enough, they don't even have to push. The minions are just going to kill their minions, and Corki's going to miss, you know, a lot of CS from, like, compared to Graves. Graves is going to get further and further ahead like this, and so Corki and Soraka really need to make something happen. I think Nocturne needs to make a gank bottom, because it'll just completely snowball if Graves and Tarek are just allowed to continue doing this.
Oh, and Wukong just jumps in a little bit mid, but I think Rise was just chained him up and walked away. Nothing happened really there.
You know, that's the trouble with Wukong. He doesn't have, you know, that against Rise, because Rise can easily just stun somebody and then just walk away. And it's why mid has just been being so hard to gank for both junglers. But Nocturne's actually coming down for a gank. Graves is just being so aggressive. He put mashMe down to, he's only got a quarter of his health left.
But they were able to catch him with those wards. They have a ward in Tribush and a ward by Dragon, so Nocturne was detected. We have another disconnect. This has been happening both games.
Yeah, lots of DCs. It's been happening a lot recently, like even in the TSM tournaments. I know people are getting DDoSed a lot. I mean,
we're getting DDoS right now. GG.
I know disconnects have been a problem, and that's just the problem of online games, really. I mean, people like that LAN events, and it's hard to get a lot of good practice in when you keep disconnecting like this. But I guess let's take this time to really look at CS. I mean, if we look at middle, Rise has 51 to Ken 54, so they're staying about even. There's no need for ganks there. They're probably not even going to get them off because Kennen and Rise are pretty hard to gank.
Exactly, yeah.
And bottom lane, there hasn't been really any ganks either. Graves and Tarek have been winning their lane. They don't really need Wukong, but it looks like Wukong actually wants to come down here. Oh no, he was thinking about it, but no, he's going to go ahead and maybe take his blue.
It was probably just a counter initiate from when Nocturne was there. And yeah, they're just going to secure this blue, and he's probably going to be able to keep it for himself, because, you know, Kennen being... That's going to help him a lot, just be able to continually spam and clear his jungle a lot faster than without blue buff. So
yeah,
that's going to give more levels and just get him gank often.
That cooldown reduction is huge on Wukong. Wukong definitely likes that, being able to spam his Q as much as he can. And now you're seeing Darius really zone out Aurelia right now. Despite Aurelia being pretty healthy, she doesn't want to go in there and gank Fina Rats, but we're seeing a gank somewhere on bottom lane. Nian's taking lots of damage. The Ignite is on him. There's the flash, and Lexington's going to be able to pick up that kill. He's going to continue, but Lemonation is under tower. He doesn't want to wish that dive. But Wukong making a really smart decision here. Saw Nocturne's bottom, and now he's going to go for this blue buff. But they are pinging on him, I think. Aurelia is coming down, and Rise is starting to collapse on him as well.
But Ken knows...
And high is very low. He's going to be forced to flash over, but they're going to turn on to Jintei. There's the ultimate from both of them. Jintei's good. Oh, man, Jintei just blew up. Poor Jintei.
That's the combo we were talking about, that double AoE ult from... Yeah, just completely disabling Riot, not letting him do anything that whole time.
Blue team's going to take advantage of this. They know where their enemy jungler is, and they're just going to be able to take this dragon free of charge at the cost of Rise's life, though, I guess. But they do get the dragon, so good pickup for them, good decision. But it looks like Kennen wants to come down.
He got to them, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Oh, nope. What did he do? Interesting. Now Lexwink is just going to go back in middle of lane.
Oh, there's the flash. Can he get the stun off? He does not manage to land his shuriken, I think. Graves is also coming in as well. There's the ultimate. Lexwink barely going to survive.
I think there was a Straka heal right there that actually kept Lexwink alive.
Very much so. It looked like it gave him that extra armor. I definitely saw the aura. So Soraka with that clutch heal managing to save him. But meanwhile, Darius up top is going aggressive onto Aurelia. Aurelia's forced to flash, but Darius has his flash, so he's going to flash ult and pick up that kill.
That I think, how much damage does this do right now? Right now, at level 1, it does almost 200 damage.
It does a lot. Well, that's just with no. That's with no stacks. With like full stacks, it does an extra 100% damage. So it does about 300 damage.
363. That's a lot of health at level 6. What level are they at? Level 8. Sorry.
Yep. With that first level, it's severely annoying just having that true damage.
Would not be surprised if it got nerfed soon. And I would not be sad if it did.
The really only thing I think, I don't know, his ultimate is what makes Darius Darius. I honestly think if they nerfed him, they should nerf his passive, just because the passive is usually what ends up killing people, like in trades. So maybe that's what they should nerf, but let's not talk about nerfs. Nerfs are bad.
You see that even with the 2v1 bottom with Tarek being gone from lane, Graves was able to keep Corki and Thrum at their tower. They wouldn't even jump at him. That's really scary for Mono.
Yes, but Corki is a great champion. Well, kind of. I mean, he has to get his items, of course, but he's got that nice poke, and they do kind of have a poke top. But when up top there, ulting onto Darius. Darius has got the fear on him, but Wukong is there, and it's going to force him to back off.
Wow, that scared the monkey. What? Darius does have that mallet, the phage already, so that's a lot of health and a lot of damage he's going to add on to what he's already doing.
And Wukong is so scary, man. Like, he's just, like, his ultimate is just something to be feared. Forcing Aurelia back, along with Darius there, it would allow Darius just to fill up his stacks and then ult again. And that's just not something they wanted to risk, so I agree with them backing up. But Nocturne's actually sticking around. He's really been camping up top and wanting to shut down Darius since he's going to keep on snowballing at this rate. So, Lexing has the right idea, but Darius is just so hard to kill right now, just because of everything he's got.
Bottom. I think we might be able to see a gank bottom from Wukong, maybe. There's no wards in River.
There's no wards in River, there's nothing else for him to do. A gank from him would be a great idea right now. Nocturne is still camping up top. He does not have his ultimate. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing up there. But Aurelia jumps on him and lands the stun, but Darius is just going to be able to get away, no problem.
Nocturne not really able to follow up on that. Too far away, no ultimate, so he couldn't really close that gap. Yeah. We see Wukong here creeping in for the lane gank, but he's sitting on top of a ward.
Yep, definitely should have been called up by his team if they, I don't know if they saw it or not, but this seems bad awareness, but Lexing just continuing just to camp top as he goes back in the bush, forces Darius to wonder if Aurelia is baiting him or not. So, but
another person on top of the ward.
Wukong still sitting bottom, definitely wants to try and get this kill. I think they could maybe dive it if Wukong goes first. He definitely has the health to do so and the CC to do it. But meanwhile up top, Darius is going in. There's the ultimate, and the Ignite and the Bleed is going to be enough to kill him. Darius just continuing to just murder Aurelia. And as Aurelia, I hate Darius. He's just so annoying.
Is Darius a really good counter to Aurelia? I'm not really sure about that.
I mean, on paper, yes, because Aurelia has to go in there and farm, and Darius can really punish people who have to, you know, any melee champion is really good against it. So, Aurelia she can win the lane, but she has to play it right, and she has to get a gank. So, I mean, it could just be an inexperience of the matchup, since no top players really play Darius, and no one really understands, like, how to deal with it. Most games I see with Kciwwick playing Darius, most top players don't really know how to deal with it, so they just, like, they send ganks top, like, constantly, because he has no escape. And so that's the really big weakness, glaring weakness of him. So you see Nian, he's sitting here, and they know he's there, and he's starting to get a little worried. He looks like he wants to just come out, and Corki and Soraka are just going to be waiting in the brush, and Nocturne's here as well. So this could be just a three-man dive on him. There's the ultimate.
But he just flashed. That flashed instantly.
Definitely needed to do that. Definitely was a scary gank, but Nocturne has been wasting quite a bit of time, like, trying to gank lanes. His jungle is cleared. He's continuing to try and clear his jungle. But I mean,
level down.
He is just a level down, but I mean, he is just continuing to waste time. I mean, he hasn't really had a successful gank yet. I mean, he has forced flashes, but he hasn't really had like a good, successful gank, really winning lanes. He has 2 kills though, so I guess I'll give him that. But he does catch Lemonation. Lemonation is caught out of position here, and
And he
Lemonation.
will fall.
Yep, nothing that he could do right there. So him
I
camping
don't
there,
know.
working out for them in the end.
Don't know what the timer is for Dragon, but I'm assuming it's coming up soon.
They don't have a pink ward though. I mean, Orb does have a pink ward on it, and you see Darius down here as well. Irelia is following up.
Oh,
There's the flash from
the flash
Wukong.
and the yeah, they're just gonna.
Jinte, might get caught out. There's a Nubbies. Go ahead.
No, oh yeah, like the double ult again, going down, but Corki able to just rain damage down on them from the back.
Killing spree.
And really, maybe they're trying to pick up a few stragglers in there.
Red team double
Oh, that Darius ult.
shut down.
Now they're going to be chasing onto Wukong. I don't know if Wukong can get out of this. His clone is not going to be up for another 5 seconds. There's the slow coming out from him. He's trying to get under tower, but Irelia can easily tower dive him. Lemonation is coming in to try and help. There's the flash and the sun under tower. They're turning onto Irelia. Irelia's taking lots of damage from the tower, and they're going to be able to pick up the kill. Yes, they do pick up the kill. And so a great play from Lemonation and High right there, turning that around and being able to pick up at least 1 kill there, at least another kill. So good job from them. And Lemonation's going to turning onto mashme. Mashme's going to take a lot of damage from Taric. He's underestimating Taric. You don't want to underestimate Taric. He does hurt.
Really outrageous damage.
With that ultimate, man, he does still a good amount of his auto attacks actually kind of hurt and can be scary. So
I guess he was going to try to sneak back in and get Wukong. Wukong just cloned out of it, and they are going to be able to take this dragon for free. I don't think they have Mono has any presence right now. Yeah, it's all 5 of Orb conjugating onto this dragon. And
they don't have their AD carry, so there's no way they can try a 5v4 there. Even though High is low, I mean, he can just clone out and easily bait himself. So, and he even has his ultimate up, so I mean, they couldn't really risk that. It probably would have turned out very bad for them. So there was really nothing they can do about that. Except not lose their AD carry. AD carry took too much damage.
We see Rise finally getting his blue buff. I think that's the first one. Is that the first one he's gotten all game?
I'm not sure.
I know last game Orb was doing a really great job of making sure Jin got 0 blues.
Nocturne's coming down bottom for yet another gank. He has not been spotted by wards. He luckily has passed by them all. And now Graves and Taric are pushing up right in front of Nocturne. Nocturne's going to come out of the bushes, land the fear onto Graves. Graves is kind of away from Corki though, but he is taking a lot of damage from Nocturne. Will he go down? I mean, he can't keep going under tower. There's the ultimate from him, and yes, Lexfink is going to be able to pick up the kill. Taric is now in trouble, and now Taric is getting tower dive. Graves gets stunned under tower. He's going to take lots of damage. Rise is on the way to help, and yes, Taric is going to go down. And there's nothing really they could do there except maybe ward that brush. But meanwhile, Darius is going to do some good damage to Irelia, kind of trying to keep her out of lane. The passive is so strong, and Darius can easily tower dive her as long as she does not have stun up.
I don't know if it is up. It is up.
There's the stun, there's the ultimate out, and she's going to be able to pick up that kill.
She's dead.
Yep. The ignite on Darius is just so good. Just gives that nice bleed effect on in addition to your bleed effect. Sorry, your burn in addition to your bleed effect.
It's like the same combination of like mortals and ignites. It's just so much damage over time. You're gonna fall to it.
Oh man, a Nocturne might face check this brush. He does ward it though, so I mean he does.
Oh,
his shield gets popped by the
it.
Q, and there's the ultimate out from Wukong, and he's gonna go down. Pick up
that was
nice
a great hook, but he waited after the shield dropped. I don't think they would have got him if they didn't get that pull down.
Definitely not. Wukong actually popped the shield with his Q, unintentionally, but he did manage to pop the thing with his shield, so good job there. And good timing from Darius, timing it after the shield. It's the one weakness of Nocturne. Nocturne's shield is good, but it can't block everything, unfortunately.
Looks like Corki's going to pick up this red buff for himself, but Graves is able to take down the bot tower from Mono. And that's the second tower to go down, and it is another Monomaniac tower.
And if we actually look at bot lane, like Corki is 3-0-4, so I mean he is up in kills, but he is down in CS. But overall, it seems to be Corki is winning by about 300 in total gold. So I mean, the gold is still like kind of even bot lane between the AD carries, but I mean, Graves just has that insane burst, and Wukong's got some nice consistent AD damage along with Kennen's burst, and then Darius is just execution. And I think that's kind of what the strategy is all about, is getting everybody kind of low.
Oh, and we see Irelia running into Darius in the top side bush. Gonna get hooked back in. Darius gonna be able to finish this. He has 5 stacks on her. Oh, the ult, and yep, there we go. Darius just face rolling now. 7-2 already.
It's definitely going to be stronger. He's definitely going to get even tankier as he's going for that frozen mallet, a very good item on him as well, allowing him to just continue auto-attacking people because he has, other than his, I mean, in addition to his slow and his pullback, he's got that frozen mallet.
We had Corki jumping onto, we had Corki just dove onto Graves. Sorry about interrupting you. Just dove onto him. Was able to kill him, but Cannon there to follow up and get the revenge.
But now everyone's turning on to Wukong. There are 3 people there. If Tarek can land a stun, he is waiting for the shield to go, and there's the shield now. But luckily, Lexfink knew what to wait out for, and so good looking out there by Lexfink. Good game mechanic knowledge there, because I definitely think they could have killed him if they would have stunned him under tower.
I think the Kciwwick is just gonna just take this tower would just ignore Irelia, but Wukong, everyone seems to conjugate them around this blue buff. Let's see what happens here. Really just backs off. They have a ward on high right there.
They have both Kennen ult and Wukong ult. They can very well try and initiate a fight there, and they definitely want to look for one. But I mean, Mono just doesn't want to try and fight them right now. They are definitely not in the situation where they definitely want to try and fight that. They have
if you look at that ward right there, they can't see it. It's right out of tower range. That's very good position. Like, I did not know that, so I'm gonna start warding there now.
That's just from Heisley Sin play. He placed his wards there on accident. I watched him do it the first time he did it. We all yelled at him.
Huh. So we see just all 5 of Mono just walking around, except for Soraka. Soraka went man mode to defend that turret. I don't really know what they plan on doing right now.
I mean, you just see Orb really just constantly pushing the lanes, and it's keeping Mono on their toes. They kind of jumping around the lanes as well, and it's just showing that Orb is kind of in control of the game right now. Like, they can control where Mono is going to go just by pushing that lane. Darius has been constantly pushing up top, and then randomly kind of joining the team, so he's been kind of unpredictable to Mono right now, which has been very good. But this tower looks like it's going to go down.
Yeah, it's dead.
And meanwhile, Kennen is picking up the blue buff, so I mean, tower and a blue buff. I mean, Mono has complete map control. If we look at the ward coverage from Mono, there's really none.
Yeah. So Orb is just going to be able to keep a hold of this lead. Almost 5k gold difference now for Orb.
And yeah, they're just clearing up wards. I mean, this dragon fight is obviously going to happen. Here comes Darius, flashing in, hooking in Corki. Corki forced the Valkyrie out. There's the Kennen ulti, hitting on 3 people, and Lexing's just going to drop down. Patoy is now the next one, probably going to go down. They are trying to focus down Nian, but Nian's going to barely survive. The Ignite is on him. Yes, he's going to barely live as they kill Irelia. They're turning onto Jinte, and I don't think Riot's going to be able to get out of this alive. Corki's the next one to go. Yuzuki lands a nice hook on him. Corki picks up Kennen, though, but an ace, a 4-for-2 exchange, so a good exchange there. And then they probably can pick up Dragon. Darius definitely has the damage to do it. They definitely don't have to worry about a counter smite. So Darius with that flash pull, I mean, that was a nice...
That was really good. Like, that definitely... It forced Corki to get out of the fight, and I don't know who else they pulled, but whoever got pulled just blew up.
I think it was Lexfink got pulled.
Yeah, Lexfink dropped extremely fast.
No, they just took him out of the fight, allowed their AD carry to kind of do work. I mean, he was getting focused by Irelia, but everybody was there to help him out. Wukong was able to CC Irelia enough for them to really do damage to her, and so Nian definitely has to thank his Wukong and Tarek for saving his life there.
1,800 damage from Corki. Corki is really strong, though. Like, we can't forget about that. He has 6 kills.
He is really strong. He just was not able to do anything in that fight because of the damage that was thrown out there. So he had to keep on running. So it was just a good job by Orbit really kind of zoning him out and catching him there.
It was that jungle fight that I was talking about. They had nowhere to run. The Kennen and Wukong ultimate completely took over that choke spot.
Oh yeah.
And
hitting 3 people. It hit Nocturne, it hit Irelia, and it hit Soraka, and they were just
took them
nothing.
all out of the fight.
Oh, and it
Like
hit Rise as well.
Rise wasn't really able to do anything. Like we see Jinte 0-3. He has he has the Rod of Ages, but he doesn't do that much for the team. Like he can stun one person, but after that, they just kind of shut him down.
Yeah, he was CC'd pretty much the whole time, and now and a lot of that also goes towards Kennen's Zhonya's. I mean, they tried to focus down really quickly, but I mean, he had that Zhonya's, or unless he just picked it up right now. But I mean, he has that Zhonya's, and it's really just it confuses people. It confuses the enemy team because he comes in, they try to do as much damage as they can to him, and then he Zhonya's, and they're just like, God dang it, and then they're all stunned. So
Definitely, and they just put themselves extremely vulnerable. He is going to be able to pick up that Rabadon soon. That's going to make him hurt a lot more. You see the ward wars going on right now as everyone's trying to get Baron. There's 2 wards around Baron for Mono, and Orb is just going to just walk away right now.
They definitely are just trying to bait the fight, in my opinion. I think they're just trying to bait it. I don't think they want to risk it, though. It looks like they all want to go back and buy it. I guess they have a lot of gold. No, they do not. They don't have a lot of gold. I don't know why they're going back then.
It's really hard right now to do Baron when the other team's up because
they did
Baron
not
has
have
that,
an Oracles. That's why Wukong went and bought an Oracles.
So
they had
Baron
no
has
idea.
that attack speed boost. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have noticed it. He like enrages after a little bit and then seems to
He
attack
does
like a lot
so much
faster.
damage.
But it looks like blue team's going to use this advantage. They did see everybody go back, and so they're just going to take that blue insanely quick.
It's gonna go to Corki surprisingly, which I find kind of weird.
I think
Rise.
Corki benefits more than Rise at this point. Rise has enough mana and to deal with it, to not nearly need it. While Corki kind of runs out of mana pretty quickly just utilizing his ultimate. So I kind of agree with it, Corki taking it. And they also needed to take it as quick as they could because they don't want to risk a fight. They definitely don't want to try and risk getting engaged on.
It definitely wouldn't count out Mono in this fight. If they can get Corki into a good position and just have him rain down ultimates, he will be able to chunk out a bunch of Orb's team. But the Darius, Kennen is 6'2" as well. I mean...
And then as well, like Wukong and Kennen, they while they're being aggressive, they protect Graves, like while they're being aggressive, because the enemy is trying to get away from the stun, and this just allows Graves to just kind of whack away at them. And it's just something that Team Mono kind of doesn't have. Like, they have some good CC.
Oh, okay. I thought Nocturne was going to face check that brush.
Definitely knows better than that, at least, thank goodness. Not going to face check any bushes. But Mono is kind of split up right now. They definitely don't want to be split up like this. And Orb's just going to take this blue. They have the timer on it. Something I rarely ever see from them. So, finally... Props to them, and they're just going to continue taking control of Baron's side of the map. And they're going to start it. They do see Corki at their tower. Corki takes it down, and they're starting to do
Let's see
Baron.
how much damage this Baron does to them. Lemonation getting kind of chunked, but...
They are just
look how much damage High is taking.
Now High's going to get in there. There's the flash. There's both ultimates coming out, but, well, oh my gosh, Mono all just melted from that. And they're going to turn on to mashme. Mashme is going to go down. He's not going to be able to survive this. Unless he's got Valkyrie. Oh, he flashes over the wall. Oh, Nian's not going to have any of that, though.
Lemonation almost died. Like, he has less than 200 health right now, but he's still not going to fall down. Mono lost everybody except for Soraka right there, and that's not good.
A lot of that is it's a good team composition right here. Like, I want to give props. I mean, you got the burst from High and Nubby with all their AoE burst, along with Graves. Graves has good AoE burst too, and then Darius just ults people and just cleans up kills, and so it's a big part of their team comp right now, and I think it's really strong. I think it's showing right now how strong that lane combo is, or that team combo is, and I want to see more of that. I want to see more of this, like, in tournaments, because I think it's been working out really well so far.
Yeah, that Baron buff is going to go down towards Orb and spread their lead to 7k. And they have 10 more k up. Alright, yeah. That combination is really causing a problem for Mono. They're going to have to figure out how to either get Kennen or Wukong out of the fight or just try to kind of catch people out of position. Don't really know how that's going to happen right now.
I definitely think that's actually why they banned Karthus, because Karthus is a big counter to Kennen. Like, a lot of people don't realize that wall really counters Kennen a lot. And
You can't speed through.
yeah, he can't speed through, and so that's definitely why they wanted to ban Karthus. Now that this game plays out, so
You notice how many... They have so many times that they're just so low. Puzzle. That would have been like triple kills, quadras.
Oh yeah, and so Karthus definitely would have been a great factor in this game if Mono would have been able to pick him, but
Dragon's gonna regen health and just get unleashed.
it's a 3v5 right now, but it doesn't seem that Mono knows this. They have no vision of Darius or Kennen, so they definitely don't want to risk this, and it looks like they're just gonna give it up.
Now, yeah, and Dragon's down. Yeah.
Corki trying to steal it with his missile barrage, but it's not gonna happen, unfortunately for him. But I mean, really this game has really snowballed. Just mainly, I want to like say it's like because of Darius, just because Darius has been able to get really strong and really tanky and just do a lot, and he's been really helping his team out a lot.
He does close to 900 true damage right now with his ult. That's a lot. He just got to level 3, so that's a lot of damage just out of one spell that he's going to be able to use on cooldown every single time he gets a kill.
So yeah, I just like let's say this is the only pro, but it looks like Nocturne's coming and ulting in. Go ahead.
Oh, Wukong able to just pop that, and Yakuzi with his ult getting shut down. Wukong taken down again by the snap from Rise. Irelia dropping though. That was a really good engage, like, but I'm not sure. What? That was
Nubby Pooh Bear can clean this all up if he can get into it. I mean, he can easily burst everybody down to nothing. He still has his ultimate as well. His flash is going to be up real soon, and so he's going to keep wants to try and keep on chasing this. He's going to turn on to Corki now. Corki's going to get caught in the bushes. He misses the shuriken though, so now he has nothing. There comes the ultimate, and the Zonia is putting him so low. Matchme now has no mana. He does manage to pick up the kill with a shuriken and his lightning. So nice job by Nubby there. He knew his champion well enough to know that he could take them both down. And but I mean, Orb still got caught there, and they definitely didn't want to get caught like that. They did not have a Nubby there to help them fight, and so their plan did not work out very well. They managed to burst down Darius really hard, and so Darius was not able to get a kill. He did get a kill still?
Yeah, he still got a kill. He killed, I think he killed Nocturne. Oh yeah, he was able to get a kill if he died.
That's that bleed effect, man.
No, it was ult. Boom.
It was his ult, though.
Yeah, he ulted.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Darius, like, die, but his bleed effect still kills people, because it's so strong. I think it even scales off of 80 damage. It does.
It does. It does 80
It's insanely low, but it still scales off of 80 damage.
38. He's getting 38 damage.
So from 237. That's a really low ratio. Holy crap. But
like 1.
But I mean, Orb, despite getting caught, I still feel like they're in control of this game completely.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. They're almost 10k up now. They're 8k ahead.
And I think they can. I just think they aren't closing it out well enough. I feel like they could engage better. Like they can still get some good engagements on. Now, especially now that Kennen and Wukong now their flash is up, so they can easily engage on that and their ults. So with all their summoners up, oh, I missed a kill on.
Oh, so did I actually. A trade mid, I guess.
I didn't even see it.
Okay. No, it was bot. It was bot.
Oh well, both AOD carries are now out of the picture, and Corki was really their big damage dealer. So I mean, I don't know if Mono can do anything to stop this. You see them trying to stun High, but High is just so tanky.
Yeah, what does he have on him right now? He has the Phage and a Randuin, a big Randuin. That's gonna shut down Irelia and Corki. Well,
even Nocturne a little bit.
Yeah, and Corki, yeah, and Nocturne. So yeah.
So he's gonna be able to like ult and slow people. Like he's gonna ult and then Randuin's right afterwards, and people are still not gonna be able to get out of it. So his ult's gonna be able to do like full damage to people, and so that's a really good combo of items that on Wukong.
I think that this outer tower is gonna go down.
There's no way they can really defend this. It's so low. There's a Shirelia's coming out. Can Taric get in range to stun? Does force Soraka actually to flash. She was in range for a Taric stun, so scaring Soraka to flash. And now we're actually seeing Shirelia's from Orbit. Just to go back, I guess. They want to rush home, buy their newfound items. They are sitting on quite a bit of gold. Noctur's actually going to come in, stop Elimination from going back. That was a little rude.
Alright, so let's see what Cannon has. He has almost 2,500 gold. He's gonna grab nothing yet. He's just grab a blue lecture.
I wonder when he's going to finish that Woda if he's just sitting on Revolver for a while. I
I
definitely
don't know
agree.
what
You don't
he's
need to rush a Woda like most
Or
cannons
maybe he got
do.
red.
Oh yes, he did buy his Rylai's. That's his new item.
Okay.
So Rylai's, I mean, all the slows. I mean, everybody's got a slow now. Wukong's now got a slow with his Randuin. So Kennon's now got a slow with that Rylai's. Darius has a slow just because of his Frozen Mallet.
What do you think about Braves picking up the Executioner's Calling?
It's one of Nian Tanso's trademark moves.
Really?
Nian Tanso really likes to build Executioner's Calling. I mean, it makes sense. It, like, if you look at it, it gives crit chance, it gives good amount of lifesteal, and it gives reduction of healing, which is very strong against teams like Soraka. So with Soraka on them, and even Irelia, you can throw it on Irelia, and she can't heal.
Baron's up, and I don't know if Mono's going to be able to engage onto this from them. All 5 of Orb are just sitting around. They have an Oracle's up. They see Nocturne. Nocturne's going to get caught. Wow.
And Darius' ultimate
and
kills
that-
him yet
and
again.
that-
And so, yeah, they had no ward coverage. They should have all gone as a team, and they really didn't. They did not do that, and so that's definitely going to cost Lexfink his life. And there's a flash out from Darius. Darius is going to pull Jintei in, and then they're just going to burst him down, and that's going to be GG, I think. I think that's going to be Baron, and they can easily push it down. I expect the forfeit here any time now.
Oh, there's a GG. We see a GG coming up, and there's the surrender from Mono. And that is going to be this game. That's 2 games for Orb out of this Scrim set.
And I definitely think that team composition from Orbit was just so strong. I mean, just that combination of Kennen and Wukong, along with Graves, and then Darius just to clean up all these kills. I mean, it really even shows, like, in the numbers. I mean, he has 11 kills, and so, I mean, he's just able to clean up
Irelia, 1 in 10. That was very sad. He got really hard shut down early game, and just was never able to come back.
So, well, it was great casting with you. I actually have to go now, so,
Fun. That was fun.
it was fun.
Alright, man.
So, but I'm out of here, so
Alright.
peace
Thank
out,
you.
everybody.
See ya.